Godzilla. Dude, stop.
What's up, everybody? This is a coupled review, and today what we're actually going to be doing is we're going to be starting a new series on this channel called Guestisode, okay? So this is going to be when me or Elisa don't go and see either movie with each other because we don't want to see it or whatever, so we bring on a guest who we did go see it with, all right? So we went and saw Godzilla, and this is Jake. Say hi, Jake.
Hey.
All right. So we went and saw Godzilla. So 2019, Godzilla King of the Monsters. So... all right, we'll start off at, what was your initial thoughts on it?
My initial thoughts were, let's throw as much CGI as we can at this movie and then hope it sticks. That was my first thought. That was definitely my first thought. I think the screenwriting, if I'm being completely honest, I think the screenwriting was a little weak. The amount of cheesy cringe moments that they had with like he's our hero kind of moments, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was too much for me. But I mean, like, you know, if you want big monster fights that look freaking awesome, mm-hmm. that's it. But if you're looking for like a Hobbit story, and it's not the movie for you.
Yeah, definitely. So I kind of agree with that. I play off that. The plot was kind of weak in what it was meant to be story wise. I mean, I got why they did the story that they did. It made sense. It just felt a little bit underwhelming for such a giant movie in the aspect of like Godzilla and stuff, because you know, in all honesty, I'm more of a Godzilla fan than you were. I'm sure I saw all the Godzillas growing up. So it was nostalgic for me, and not everybody's going to get that kind of same factor because they didn't all grow up with Godzilla. Now, I think the awesome thing about it was, like you mentioned, the CGI was incredible.
Fantastic.
I mean, the bits that you saw of the monster fights, they were smooth. They didn't look like it clashed, or didn't even. It almost looked realistic to the point like, oh wow, could he actually kind of be in our world kind of thing. And then what was the thing that you said they did a really good job of doing?
Oh, they had mastered the reveal of a monster.
Yes.
Like, the build-up and the anticipation to the monster was fantastic. Like, you know, like the way they made you feel like, you know, oh no, like, what is this thing that's coming out? You know, like that they mastered that. They mastered that.
So the
thriller,
suspense feel.
The suspense thriller moment was fantastic. I mean, once the thing came out, you're like, yeah, it's cool. It's a giant monster. I mean, that's what we're here for. But you know, like the build up to that was phenomenal.
So you're kind of like on the edge, you're like, oh, what are we about to see, kind of thing. Okay, yeah. So the build up was awesome. I mean, that was the same way in the 2014 movie. I don't know if you remember that one. The build up to Godzilla in that one was great. I would say the one thing this film struggled with is the same thing the other one struggled with, and this is a Godzilla movie, yet it was more prone towards watching the humans most of the time. Do you get what I'm saying? So instead of the actual monster fights themselves, we saw too much of the humans.
Too much storyline, too much dialogue for what the movie actually was trying to accomplish.
Yeah, and I mean, I appreciate the fact that it was trying to tell a story, but in reality, Godzilla is a movie you come to watch giant monsters fight each other.
Yeah, and if you're going to really just, you know, take that approach to, okay, let's make a story out of it, at least write a good story, please, for the love of God, please.
Yes, I will say I can't do any spoilers here right now. This is a spoiler-free review, but I will say, out of all of it, though, I think the music fit pretty well, too.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about the music?
Yeah, I mean, I had no complaints there.
Yeah, and there was a lot of nostalgic music in there, too, for those of you Godzilla fans. You'll hear it when you go see it, but let's see, last couple things. How did you feel about okay, so I don't know how to say this, the personalization of the monsters themselves as characters, you know what I'm saying?
I think they developed the main antagonist monster.
Ghidorah.
I think they developed him fantastically. I think they developed Godzilla, but you know they had just. I wish they would have broken up these movies into reveals of different monsters instead of just all of them at once.
So kind of more multiple movies, kind of like the Marvel in a way.
They could have done that with this, you know, if they really took the time to have a creative story, good dialogue. They could make a universe out of it, like you said.
Well, yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is, but I mean, they kind of...
It doesn't feel like that.
They played their cards, like, all of them, at the same time.
Yeah, I can
you know
see,
what I mean? And so I felt like half the monsters were, like, shortchanged. They were just kind of there in a couple frames.
Mm-hmm.
And you never really got to... there's a couple of them looked pretty cool, and I was like, what is that? But
yeah.
At the same time, I was like, I caught it for 2 frames, and now it's gone. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know. I just think there was a lot of things, if they took more time on it, they could have really gotten better. I mean, look, for what it was, but for what they were trying to do as a money grab of just CGI, come watch the monsters fight each other. You're getting what they kind of tell you that's going to be. I mean, what are the previews all of? It's just Godzilla biting monsters, you know what I mean? So,
True.
I mean, if that's what you're looking for, then this is a movie for you. If you're looking for a kind of Marvel world or something to dive into. No, this is a face value Saturday night, go to the Cinnabar, have a couple beers, and watch some monsters bite each other. That's what this is.
I guess that's a good way of putting it.
I'm just saying, be honest.
Yeah, no. So, I agree with you. I think that this is kind of a movie, it's like, it's a one-shot kind of thing, kind of like, the other movies are. It's not a Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, I appreciate and I think that Legendary has done a better job than other universes that have tried to do this. I mean, personally, I've enjoyed this more than the DC universe with Batman and Superman.
That's just all over the place. You can't have 3 different Batmans and like 4 different Jokers. You can't do that.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is, I really think people should try and learn from the Marvel universe on how to develop a storyline through movies that can honestly, it's good for us because we have such a wonderful story, and it's good for them because they're going to make a lot of money out of so many movies.
True.
But it's just like, if it works and it's proven to work, why don't you try and emulate it in your spin? But instead, people are just kind of like, let's do it our way. So, okay, yeah.
You saw Kong Skull Island, right? The Kong movie, King Kong movie, the newest one. It was like 2017.
No, I didn't get to see
You
that.
didn't see that? Okay, well, this movie is leading up to Kong Skull Island, or Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah,
so,
I did see that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about that kind of going forward?
It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be now a monkey fighting a lizard. That's what it's going to be. And I mean, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? It's like...
a monkey fighting a lizard.
And, if that's what you want to go see, that's what you want to go see. It's fine. Yeah. But at the same time, if you're looking for a story, it's not going to be it. It's not going to be there. It's just not going to be there.
That's true. Okay, well, anyway, any final thought? What would you rate this out of 10 entertainment-wise?
Oh, gosh, probably 6 or 7.
6 or 7?
Yeah,
okay.
It's on the lower scale. Just because CGI was phenomenal. That would be the only reason.
Yeah, so if the CGI was bad, then it would have been...
Then it would have been like the old Godzillas.
That's true. That's true. So, and I would probably give it a solid 8, but that's just because of the nostalgia factor that I felt for the old movies and the Godzilla movies. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. And 8.5 at most. It definitely wasn't the best movie ever made. Definitely wasn't the worst movie ever made. It was it was average. But it had good entertainment value. I mean, I went and saw it twice. So, if you're looking for a good monster fight, then you'll get it in this movie. But if you're looking for an in-depth, compelling story about this amazing world, that's not what you're going to find.
That's not what you're going to get.
So anyway, all right, guys. Well, thank you guys very much, and remember to like and subscribe and follow us on Instagram. And until next time, guys, see ya.